Hi, in this video we're going to be talking about the business of building apps. More specifically, we're going to be talking about marketing your app and collecting customers. So in this unit, we're talking about the business of building applications. We're on part 3, which is on marketing and monetizing. So if you haven't subscribed, make sure you do that to go back and see the other chapters in this course. So my name is Shad Sluter, and I teach software development and computer science at Grand Canyon University. And so join me for class to see all of these topics, and we'll learn together. Now in this video, we're talking about the app business plans. And so there are 4 sections about planning your business, and we've already looked at 2 of them. So we're on part 3 right now, which is about marketing. So how do you collect customers? How do you get their attention? And we'll talk about retaining them in a new video in the future, but we want to get them in the door. That's really what we're dealing with here. So marketing your application. So marketing is not just the idea that it looks cool, but we have to reach the right people with a value proposition that makes sense and it's authentic to them. And so what I'm going to do now is show you some discoveries that Google provided me. So the slides that you're going to see here are from Google's market research. So take this with a grain of salt because they think that search engines, of course, are the only way or the best way that people should work with. But they have some data to support up their claims. So it says here, apps are often discovered outside of the App Store. So it's important that you have a good description of your app. There's no doubt about it. You should have a clear selling point when people find you in the App Store. However, people usually hear about you in some other way. And so family, friends, and colleagues are the most important way that you can collect new people. So in another video, we'll talk about making your app addictive and why it works when you have people making recommendations for you. And so that'll be an important part of your app design, is making a share button or an invite button where people are required to join together to do something on your app. And so personal recommendations are your best tool for gaining new customers. However, you can see that there are others that are just worthy of your time as well. So making a good company website, having a good description in the App Store, and search engines can work somewhat as well. But those main 2 categories at the top are what we should consider our vital information. Now, search is a driver in app discovery. So it says here 1 in 4 people use search engines to find an app, which makes sense. You're looking for a solution to a problem. And of course, Google is there to collect your ad. Now, search is more effective in certain categories than others. So here are 3. So travel and technology and local apps. So apps that are considered local, I suppose, for your own city or something like that. So technology is good for search. So for instance, you say, I want an app that can free up memory on my phone. I'm going to go to Google. That's the first place I would look for. Travel, of course. I'm trying to find a destination, and there might be a tour guide for the city that I'm going to or something like that. And so a niche market for targeting people that are doing searches about it. And so you can see the rest of them are not quite as good for your search results and in collecting new customers. So think of the app that you've got, your dream app that you're trying to build, and see which category it fits in here. And then you can decide whether or not that Google search or buying ads on Google will be a main strategy in gaining new customers for you. So you'll be the best judge on deciding if that is a good channel. So think about the factors that influence the download. Why do people click the button and install the app? So here's some of them. So why do people install? Well, believe it or not, search ads are effective in driving app downloads. So a search ad is perfect because you know what's on the user's mind. You've seen what they've looked for. And if you can target that, then it's the same strategy that we've been using for decades now with targeting relevant ads to users. I can't believe the second one here, though. It says banner and graphical ads inside of apps. That must be skewed because you get all these when you play a game, right? You play a game and you get ads. They're for other games. which makes sense. If you're into games, you'll probably download another game if it looks fun. And then the others are different ads for website ads and video ads. So I think it's probably goes without saying that if you know who your users are and you know what apps and things that they're already looking at, you can probably cross-pollinate. You can probably get them to jump over into your market as well if you already know that they're in an adjacent market. And so look for competitors. Interests and fun, okay? Recommendations for others. So why would you want to install? Here's another factor. So recommendations from others. Number 2, or the second one on the right here, is familiarity with the company and brand. This makes sense because let's say you're talking about an airline app. You booked a flight with American Airlines, and now you know that you have to check in with an app. Well, you're gonna choose their app, of course. You're their customer. So this isn't so much about acquiring new customers, maybe, is serving your existing customers better. So does your app provide something that their website doesn't? And so I'll provide you a link with another question about why would you choose an app over a website? Because you might not need an app at all if your website's doing the job. And so there's some other factors. Here is probably the most important, is about price. And so in a previous video, we talked about how you can monetize your app, and free apps with a freemium model where you have certain features that are extra money is far more effective than trying to charge money for the app up front. Because when it says here, factors important, 82% say price, that means free, right? Price means no price. And people are not going to pay you money for an app that they've not really tested out. Get good ratings, of course, that goes without saying. People with bad ratings are just going to scare away new users. The description, you better have a clear description and good screenshots in the App Store. Otherwise, people will probably not know what they're getting. And then the others are reviews. So most users expect their apps to be free, but that it is also determined on the category. So check the top app out, technology apps. So I can think of recently I paid $10 for an app, for a technology app. I had an app that would allow me to extend my desktop screen to my tablet. And so it was like having a second monitor, kind of cool, using the USB cord connection or even a Wi-Fi connection. So I think I spent $10 or something like that. And I'm not likely going to spend $10 on most apps, but that provided me with a portable second monitor. And for where my kind of work, it was great because I'm carrying my laptop to different classrooms and working in places that are not my office, or at least I did before the COVID scare. And so I was willing to pay $10 for a technology app. So if you've got something that is solving a technology problem, that might be a good fee that you put on it. However, at the bottom, you can see the other extreme is gaming. People will probably not pay you for your game. They want to play free games because 12-year-old kids don't have a lot of money. And for them, a $2 fee is going to be a game breaker. It's not going to happen. And so make sure that you know your audience. So the next step in your business process is probably talking about investors. And so the next video will talk about pitching your plan. If you'd like to see the entire playlist for the business of applications, I'll put this link on the screen as well, the business course on building apps. My name is Shad. Make sure you subscribe and come to class with me again. Thank you.